To begin with, can I ask all candidates to introduce yourselves, please, to the crowd?
Hi, I'm Huma Hanif, and I wish to stand for Women's Officer. Huma Hanif? It's Huma, yeah.
Hi, my name's Annabelle Lennon, and I'm standing for Women's Officer.
Hello, I'm Claire Binden, and I'm also standing for Women's Officer.
Okay, we'll be working in that order in terms of speeches. Huma, to begin with, you have 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Huma Hanif, and I wish to represent all the female students in UCLan as Women's Officer. As Margaret Thatcher once said, you may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. I can promise to fight for your equality and rights until I succeed. Women's equality has developed largely over the past century, from jobs to voting. However, as it stands, it's still not equal between men and women. For example, I'm a law student, and I know my chances of becoming a judge are very, very slim. One, because I'm Asian, and two, because I'm a female. It's nothing racial, it's nothing to do with sexism. It's down to the fact that a typical judge is a white male. It's inequalities like these that I wish to change. From hearing your views and opinions, I wish to debate your points across to higher members of the council so that change may occur. I do not expect them to just listen and agree, it's not their jobs, but I can promise you that your voice will be heard. Vote for me and I will stand for equality and your rights as previous women before me have stood. Thank you. Vote for me.
Thank you, Huma. Annabelle, is it? Can you go next?
Hi everyone, my name's Annabelle Lennon. I'm studying Forensic Science and Criminal Investigation. I'm a second year student. I stand here as a female and good at gender equality. Women are not speaking up on sexual harassment. 50% are not reporting cases because of victim blame. This university needs to take a zero tolerance approach to sexual harassment. This needs to be taken seriously and to be placed in practice with our university. Regarding campaigning, I wish to continue the campaign Kiss Not a Contract because it highlights a key factor that victims should not get the blame. You don't get a murder and blame the victim. You don't get a robbery and blame the victim. But why we still blame the victims of sexual harassment? I tell you why. Because we still live in a gender equality world. I want change. I want responsibility to be taken by a university. Our voice needs to be heard loud and clear. So vote Lennon for women to be taken seriously.
Thank you, Annabelle. Okay, and finally, Chloe, you have 1 minute.
Hello, as you know, I'm also standing for Women's Representative. I've spent the last 2 years working really heavily in student media, and I've learned a lot of skills there. So I've established a role within the union already, and I've proved that I can be hardworking and I'm reliable. I feel I'm suited to this role. As if elected, I'd endeavour to represent and be the voice of UCAN's female population. I'd aim to put weekly drop-in sessions into play, as I would be able to act as a mediator between the union, females, and whether they had any problems. I have referred to a policy. I brought up the issue of whether or not we needed a male representative. Concerns have been raised over this. I feel it's important to bring it up. This has never been my main priority. I just feel I only raised the issue of whether or not council fairly represents all students. But now, upon reflection, because the majority don't feel this is right, I think if elected, it wouldn't be the best approach, but if anyone felt it was, they could always approach me. To conclude, my main aim is, and always has been, to represent UCAN's women. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. I'm now going to go to the floor for a question.
There's no name on this, but it said, why have all women's rep candidates had minimal or no involvement with the Women's Committee this year?
That would probably be me. Where is it on? Right.
If each of you can take it in turn, you'll get about 30 seconds to a minute to answer.
Okay, right. Okay, I've not been involved with women this year. I'm not going to lie there. I haven't been to any of the events or anything. But I've been involved in other societies only because I didn't really know that there was much going on for women there, right? If I could go back the year, I'd start over, join more committees, everything. I'm in the Islamic Society and I'm in several other. I want to start up dance societies next year as well. Just because I haven't done that doesn't mean that I don't want to be your representative as a woman, right? I wish to stand for women's rights, and I know I will. I'm a bit of a feminist, I'm not going to lie to you all, but yeah, so vote for me, and I will stand for your rights.
Annabelle?
Okay. UCLan has over 32,000 students. If we was to halve this and say 50% of them students were female, this would be 16,000 students, and only 30 women are a part of the Women's Committee. We need to bring up the popularity of the Women's Committee and get more people involved. So this is one of my manifesto commitments, to get it promoted, to get more people involved. We can't have 30 people out of 16,000 representing women. Thank you.
And finally, Chloe.
I also admit I haven't been involved with the Women's Committee, but last week I spent some time with them and I found that they're a brilliant group of people and they work very hard to raise awareness. As I've already previously mentioned, I've been involved in student media and we've published articles that are about female issues and the campaigns that they do. And I feel if you would elect me to this role, I'd be able to carry on, continue and hopefully raise awareness of all females. Thank you.
Okay. And time to go for a second and final question.
What do candidates feel about the last 12 months of Women Committee campaigns?
Again, if you want to take it in order.
The campaigns, what, inside the uni? I'm a bit confused by the question. Right. With the campaigns, I managed to get, I got a leaflet last week. That's the first leaflet I've ever had from the women's thing. Maybe it's because I came to this area of the uni, but I feel that if I was to be elected, I would make sure it was put up everywhere that this is happening for women's. I mean, I can't remember what the events were, but I know that whatever the events were, I'd like to upgrade it to a next level and make it so that everybody's involved, but women are running it. People know that women are running it, so that women can get a bigger place within the uni, and hence why, that's why I want to be a women's representative, show that women can do it.
Annabelle?
Hi. Kiss Is Not a Contract campaign was a really good campaign. Basically, I want to increase the awareness of this and to promote it even further towards the victim is not to blame. And if I was to get elected, I would work with the Women's Committee to get more campaigns, more publicised within the university, to get more support and more backing. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Annabelle. And finally, Chloe.
I'd say the most recent campaign that they've done really impressed me, that this is what a real woman looks like. I think we live in a world where everyone is obsessed with perfection, and I think they really proved that being a woman doesn't mean you have to fit what the media thinks you should.
Thank you, Chloe. And with that, can I thank all women's position candidates for coming up here and giving a speech?